Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're sorting through an old jar of pennies, thinking they're worth, well, a penny. But what if I told you that one of those could be worth $5 million? Yeah, you heard me right, $5 million. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1952 Lincoln penny, a tiny little coin with a massive payday. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be sprinting to your couch cushions to check your loose change. What makes the 1952 penny so special? First, the S mint mark means it was minted in San Francisco. And while San Fran is known for its sourdough and fog, it's also home to some of the most valuable coins ever made. Now, here's where things get spicy. The 1952 penny we're talking about isn't just any penny. It's got to be in pristine condition, what collectors call MS67 plus red. That's fancy coin nerds speak for, it looks like it just rolled out of the mint yesterday. We're talking no scratches, no dirt, just pure coppery perfection. If you've got one like that, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. Let me break down the numbers for you. Most 1952 pennies are worth, at best, a few bucks in decent condition. But an MS67 plus red? That's a unicorn in the coin world. Back in 2021, one of these bad boys sold at auction for, you guessed it, $5 million. That's a lot of zeros for a little penny. Now, I've got a funny story for you. A while back, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She had jars of coins, like, legit jars everywhere. I thought, this is it. I'm about to find my ticket to early retirement. I spent hours sorting through them, squinting at mint marks, and Googling every other coin. Spoiler alert, I didn't find a 1952 MS67 plus red. But I did find a 1943 steel penny worth about $10. Hey, it paid for pizza that night, so how can you check your pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass and look at the date and mint mark. If it says 1952 and has an S, you're on the right track. Next, check the condition. If it's shiny and flawless, you might have something special. And if you're not sure, take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you if you're holding a $5 million masterpiece or, well, just another penny. So, there you have it, folks, the story of the 1952 Lincoln penny that could make you a millionaire. Who knew something so small could be worth so much? Now it's your turn. Go grab your coin jars, your piggy banks, or even that old coffee can in the garage. You never know what you might find. Did you know that a plain old 1963 penny without a mint mark might make you a millionaire? Yes, you heard that right, $4.8 million for a single penny. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to see my spare change jar in a whole new light. Today, we're diving into the story behind this mind-blowing coin, how to spot one, and what makes it so insanely valuable. So grab your coffee, a magnifying glass, and maybe even your lucky coin, because you might just strike gold, or copper. In this case, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of months ago, I was helping my dad clean out his attic. Now, my dad saves everything. Old baseball cards, weird knickknacks, and, you guessed it, pennies. We found this dusty coffee can filled to the brim with coins. I joked, hey, maybe we'll find a rare penny and retire early. Fast forward to now, and I'm wishing I'd taken the can home with me. So, what's the deal with this 1963 Lincoln penny with no mint mark? First, the no mint mark just means it was made in Philadelphia. But here's where it gets juicy, the coin's value skyrockets if it's in perfect condition. And I'm not talking about it's been chilling in your pocket kind of condition. I mean pristine, flawless, like it just rolled off the mint condition. Coin collectors call this MS67 grade, and if your penny hits this mark, it could be worth a life-changing $4.80 million. Now, why would anyone pay that much for a penny? Well, 1963 pennies were mass-produced, so finding one in perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Add in collectors' obsession with rare, high-grade coins, and you've got the perfect storm of supply and demand. It's like the Beanie Baby craze of the 90s, but, with actual value. Here's how you can check if your penny might be the golden ticket. Look for the year, 1963. If it says anything else, sorry, no $4.8 million for you. No mint mark under the date. Good news, it's from Philly. Inspect the coin's condition. No scratches, no dings, no weird discolorations. If it looks like it's had a rough life, it's not the one. Consider getting it graded by a professional service. They'll tell you if it's minty fresh enough to hit that jackpot. So, what's the moral of the story? Never underestimate the humble penny. Who knows, there might be a fortune hiding in your couch cushions or that old jar in the garage. And hey, even if you don't find the 1963 penny, you've got an excuse to go on a treasure hunt, and honestly, who doesn't love a good adventure? Before you head off to raid your coin stash, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips and stories about coins that could turn your spare change into serious cash. You don't want to miss out. Your dream penny might just be the next topic we cover. You spot a penny that could be worth $4.6 million. Yep, I said million with an M. Today, we're talking about the 1964 D mint mark Lincoln penny that's got collectors flipping their piggy banks upside down. Is it rare? Oh, you bet. Could you have one hiding in your couch cushions? Let's find out. And stick around because I'll share how to spot the real deal and avoid the fakes. So, let's break it down. The 1964 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D under the date. Now, 1964 wasn't exactly a rare year for pennies. They made billions of these bad boys. But what makes this coin special isn't just the mint mark or the year. It's a combination of errors and a nearly perfect condition that collectors are hunting for. Here's the kicker, a rare 1964 D penny sold at auction for $4.6 million. Why? Because it was a mint error that had experts drooling. Apparently, the die used to strike the coin had some funky characteristics, making this penny a one-of-a-kind superstar. Think of it like the Hollywood celebrity of coins, 1 in a billion, literally. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was rummaging through my old coin collection, one of those random childhood hobbies we forget about. I found a 1964 D penny and thought, jackpot. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Turns out, it had way too much wear and tear. But hey, at least I got a good laugh when my family started calling me the penny millionaire. Now, how can you tell if your penny is worth anything close to that insane amount? Here's what to look for: mint condition. Your penny should look like it just rolled off the press. No scratches, dents, or discoloration. Double die error. Check for doubling on the date or lettering. This could be your golden ticket, or copper ticket, in this case, rare die marks. Some coins show faint markings or irregularities that set them apart. If you're not sure, a magnifying glass and a little patience will be your best friends. 1:35 p.m. December 1st, 2024. Don't just eyeball it. If you think your penny is special, get it authenticated by a professional. Trust me, you don't want to be the person who sold a $4.6 million coin for a Starbucks coffee. And a word of warning, there are fakes out there. Some folks try to alter regular pennies to make them look like these rare gems. If someone's selling you a 1964 D million penny on eBay for $50, are you in? Could your 1964 D Lincoln penny be the next $4.6 million coin? Maybe. Maybe not. But one thing's for sure, there's real money to be made in old coins if you know what to look for. And who knows, your next treasure could be sitting in your pocket right now. Imagine this. You're digging through your couch cushions looking for enough change to buy a coffee, and bam! You pull out a penny worth $4.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for one lucky person, it's not a dream, it's a 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And guess what? It could be hiding in your pocket change too. Hi, I'm Jack, your guide to turning spare change into serious cash. Today, we're diving into one of the rarest and most valuable pennies out there, the 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Spoiler alert, it's got a price tag bigger than most people's houses. Let's find out why. So, what's the deal with this penny? First, let's talk mint marks. A mint mark tells you where a coin was made: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. But this one? No mint mark at all. It was struck in Philly, but the thing that makes it special isn't just the missing mint mark. It's the fact that this particular penny is a 1 in a billion mistake. Now, I know what you're thinking: a penny is a penny, who cares? Well, apparently, collectors care a lot. Enough to throw $4.4 million at one. I mean, if I had a penny like that, my first call would be to the Lamborghini dealership. Second call. Probably to my mom, just to brag. So, here's the tea: this 1975 penny is an error coin. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the minting process, and collectors absolutely love them. Think of it like a factory mistake that accidentally creates a masterpiece. It's like finding a Picasso painting in your attic, but smaller and shinier. I remember when I first got into coin collecting. I was at my grandma's house, rummaging through a dusty jar of pennies. I thought I hit the jackpot with a wheat penny worth $2. Turns out, it wasn't even worth the gas money I spent getting there. But hey, you live, you learn, and you keep searching. Now, let's talk numbers. This penny recently sold at auction for a whopping $4.4 million. That's right, one little copper coin, more valuable than some Ferraris. So, if you've got a 1975 penny in your collection, it's time to get it checked. And if it has no mint mark? Well, let's just say you're about to have a very good day. Now, here's your homework: go grab that old jar of pennies or check the ones hiding in your car cup holder. Who knows, you might be sitting on a fortune. And if you want to learn more about coins that could make you rich, or at least pay for your next vacation, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss the tips and tricks I've got coming your way. Well, buckle up, because today we're talking about the 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a little copper coin that's currently shaking up the coin world with a mind-blowing market value of $4.2 million. Yes, you heard that right, million. Makes you want to check your change jar right now, doesn't it? So, what's the deal with this penny? First, let's clarify what no mint mark means. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark. But in 1978, something weird happened. A batch of pennies came out without that signature Philly touch, and it made them rarer than finding a unicorn at a gas station. Here's the kicker: it's not just the lack of a mint mark that's special, it's the condition. You've got to find one that's pristine, like it's been chilling in a time capsule since disco was cool. Coins in top condition are graded by experts, and if yours scores high, cha-ching. Speaking of conditions, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was helping my dad sort through his old coin jar, just your average rainy day boredom buster. We weren't expecting much, maybe a wheat penny or two. But there it was, a 1978 penny with no mint mark. At first, I thought, cool, maybe it's worth a cheeseburger. But then we did some research, and the possibility of $1 million penny? Let's just say we were suddenly treating that coin like it was made of diamonds. Turns out, ours wasn't in mint condition, but the thrill of imagining that jackpot? Totally worth it. Now, back to the $4.2 million question: why is this penny so valuable? It's all about demand and rarity. Collectors go wild for unique errors or unusual coins, and when word gets out about one selling for millions, it creates a feeding frenzy. Think of it like the Beanie Babies craze, but, actually valuable. And if you're wondering where to look for these pennies, here's the inside scoop: check the back of your couch. that jar in your garage, or even your grandma's piggy bank. Seriously, I once found an old penny stuck to the bottom of my car cup holder. Who knows? Your fortune could be hiding in the crumbs of your cup holder too. Alright, folks, before you start tearing apart your house looking for pennies, let me leave you with this: the thrill of coin collecting isn't just in the money, it's in the hunt. Every coin has a story, and some of those stories just happen to come with a 7-figure price tag. You're digging through an old jar of pennies, probably looking for enough change for your morning coffee, and boom, you find a coin worth $4 million. Yeah, you heard me right, $4 million. Not bad for something you can barely buy a stick of gum with today, huh? But here's the kicker: it could be hiding in plain sight in your collection. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1979 Lincoln penny. Why is it so valuable? What makes it special? And, most importantly, could you be the next lucky millionaire holding on to one? First, let's talk about the basics. The 1979 Lincoln penny is your classic 1-cent coin with good old Honest Abe on the front. It was minted in Denver, which is what the little D under the date stands for. Now, millions of these pennies were made that year, so why is this one so special? Drumroll, please. It's all about the errors. Yep, errors. Turns out even the US Mint has off days. Some of these pennies were struck with a very rare minting mistake, like a doubled die or an over-polished die that leaves parts of the design incomplete. Collectors go absolutely bananas for these quirks because they're so rare. Think of it like a designer bag with a stitching flaw that accidentally makes it one of a kind. Now, here's where it gets juicy. One of these bad boys was recently valued at, you guessed it, $4 million. Imagine the bidding wars over that tiny copper coin. It's like a heavyweight championship, but nerdier and way more lucrative. And let me tell you a quick story. I once found a 1979 penny in my grandpa's coin jar. I was so excited because I thought I'd hit the jackpot. Turns out, it wasn't the Denver Mint version, and there was no error. Just a plain old penny. Moral of the story: always double-check before you start planning that beachside mansion. Now, how do you know if your penny is the golden, or should I say copper, ticket? First, look closely at the D mint mark. If it's doubled or looks weirdly off, you could be onto something. Next, check the overall design. Are there strange lines, missing features, or a general oops vibe? These are signs of a valuable error coin. And if you're not sure, grab a magnifying glass or take it to a coin expert. Finally, let's talk about the current market. Thanks to high demand from collectors, even less rare error coins can fetch thousands of dollars. So, don't underestimate the humble penny. It might just be your ticket to early retirement, or at least a nice vacation. So, there you have it, the fascinating, potentially life-changing story of the 1979 Lincoln penny. If this video has you rushing to check your change jar or calling your grandma to raid her piggy bank, then my job here is done. Bam, you find a penny that could change your life forever. Not just any penny, though. Oh no. We're talking about the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny copper hero with a whopping market value of $3.9 million. Yep, you heard that right, a single penny worth more than your dream house. So, what's the story behind this penny? How can you tell if you've hit the jackpot? And what's stopping you from digging through your couch cushions right now? Stick around, because we're about to break it all down. Plus, I'll share a little personal story about how I almost missed out on a valuable coin myself. Spoiler alert, it involved a vending machine and a serious case of regret. Alright, first things first, why is this penny so special? The 1979 Lincoln penny usually has a mint mark on it, either a tiny D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But every now and then, something magical, or maybe just clumsy, happens at the US Mint. A small number of these pennies were struck without a mint mark, making them insanely rare. Think of it like a factory error in your favor. It's like buying a bag of chips and finding a $3.9 million diamond in there instead of that last, sad crumb, look at the front of the coin, just below the date. If there's no letter, congrats, you might be onto something, condition matters. If your penny looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, it's probably not worth much. But if it's shiny, crisp, and in near-perfect condition, you're in business. And before you start rubbing your pennies with toothpaste, don't do that. Just know that professional coin grading services exist for a reason. Let them handle the nitty-gritty stuff. Now, here's the kicker. The last 1979 no-mint mark penny sold for a staggering $3.9 million. That's not a typo. Million. To put that into perspective, you could buy over 100,000 Starbucks lattes, an island, or enough pizzas to last you a lifetime. Why so much? It's all about rarity and demand. Coin collectors, aka numismatists, try saying that 5 times fast, go absolutely wild for unique finds like this one. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at the mall, digging for change to grab a soda from a vending machine. I pulled out a handful of coins and noticed one penny that looked different. The date seemed a little off, but I was in a hurry and thought, it's just a penny. So, I tossed it in and got my soda. Fast forward a week, I'm watching a documentary on rare coins, and guess what pops up on the screen? A coin that looked exactly like mine. My heart sank faster than a lead balloon. Was it the penny? I'll never know. But trust me, I don't take pennies for granted anymore, and neither should you. So, what's the moral of the story? Check your coins, folks. That penny in your wallet or junk drawer could be worth a fortune. If you find a 1979 no-mint mark penny, treat it like the treasure it is. Get it verified, graded, and maybe even auctioned. Who knows, you could be the next millionaire telling your story on a yacht. You spot an unassuming 1988 penny with a tiny D under the date. You shrug, toss it aside, and move on with your day. Big mistake, my friend. That little coin could have bought you a private island, or at least a lifetime supply of lattes. That's right, the 1988 D mint mark Lincoln penny has hit the jackpot with a jaw-dropping market value of $3.7 million. No joke. Today, I'm diving into why this coin is worth so much, what makes it special, and how you might find one of these golden tickets in your own pocket change. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's get into it. The 1988 D penny looks like your everyday, run-of-the-mill coin. But hidden in plain sight, this little copper gem has a secret. It's all about the design anomaly. Turns out, some 1988 D pennies were mistakenly stamped with the wrong mint mark style, one that wasn't supposed to show up until 1989. It's like the mint time traveled for a second and accidentally made a fortune for a lucky few collectors. Now, here's the kicker, this error wasn't discovered until years later. People were just tossing these pennies into vending machines or piggy banks, never realizing their true worth. Talk about a plot twist, but why $3.7 million? Simple, rarity meets demand. Only a handful of these pennies exist, and collectors go wild for unique errors like this. Imagine telling someone you bought a house with a penny. That's a flex I'd want on my resume. Speaking of missed opportunities, let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was sorting through my dad's old coin jar, you know, the one every family seems to have. I found this worn-out penny and thought, maybe it's valuable. But after a quick Google search, I got distracted by a cat video and forgot all about it. Fast forward to today, and I keep wondering, what if that was a $3.7 million penny? Every time I think about it, I get a mini heart attack. So now, I'm a firm believer in never underestimating a penny. It might be copper, but it could be gold in disguise. Alright, so how can you join the Millionaire Club? Here's the game plan. Check your spare change, don't just throw those pennies in a jar, inspect them. Look for the year 1988 and that tiny D mint mark below the date. Those mint mark differences are super subtle. A cheap magnifying glass can make all the difference. If you think you've hit the jackpot, get your penny authenticated by a coin expert or grading service. Better safe than sorry. Some people unknowingly sell rare coins for pennies, literally, and there you have it, folks. The 1988 D penny might look small, but it's a massive reminder that even the tiniest details can hold the biggest rewards. So, the next time you're about to toss a penny aside, think again. It could be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least a really cool story to tell your friends. That's the story behind the 1993 D Lincoln penny. And before you roll your eyes and think, yeah, right, stick around. Today, I'll tell you exactly why this little coin is such a big deal, and why you should start paying more attention to your change jar. The 1993 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and normally, pennies from this year are, well, pennies. But here's the kicker, one particular penny managed to make its way into the spotlight because of a super rare minting error. Think of it as the coin equivalent of a Hollywood superstar's breakout role. This error happened when the penny was struck on a bronze planchet instead of zinc-coated steel, which was standard for pennies after 1982. Bronze planchets were phased out, but somehow, one made its way back into circulation in 1993. It's like finding a rotary phone in a box of iPhones, totally out of place but ridiculously valuable. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was at a garage sale, classic Saturday activity, right? While chatting with the seller, I spotted an old jar of coins. My heart started racing like I was on a treasure hunt. I couldn't help but wonder, could there be a hidden gem in there? Spoiler alert, no $1,000,000 penny for me that day, but it did remind me how much I love the thrill of the search. And let me tell you, the thrill is very real when you know coins like this are out there. Back to our star, the 1993 D penny. The bronze planchet error isn't just rare, it's unicorn-level rare. Only one has been discovered so far, and in a 2019 auction, it sold for $3.5 million. That's enough to buy a house, a car, and still have cash left over for a lifetime supply of coffee. So, how do you know if you've got this jackpot penny? Start by checking the year and mint mark. It should say 1993 and have a small d under the year. Then, the weight is key. Bronze pennies are heavier than their zinc counterparts. If you're not sure, grab a scale and weigh it. Zinc pennies are 2.5 grams, while bronze ones are around 3.1 grams, and if you think you've hit the jackpot, don't just take it to your local bank. Have it professionally graded. You wouldn't sell a diamond ring at a yard sale, right? Same logic applies here. A certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your find and give you a proper value. Alright, let's wrap this up. The 1993 D Lincoln penny is a fantastic example of why small details matter, especially when it comes to coins. You might not find this $3.5 million beauty tomorrow, but who knows what treasures are hiding in your spare change. Now here's the deal, if you found this video helpful, or if you just enjoyed dreaming about striking it rich, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of coin enthusiasts. I post videos like this every week, sharing tips, tricks, and strategies for turning pocket change into a gold mine. A single, unassuming penny catches your eye. It's just sitting there, daring you to pick it up. What if I told you that tiny coin, a 2005 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, could make you a millionaire? Yes, you heard that right, a cool $3 million for a single penny. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, buckle up because today, we're diving deep into this coin's incredible value and how it could turn your spare change into life-changing money. So, what's the deal with this 2005 Lincoln penny? Let's break it down. First, the no mint mark part. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, and that's pretty standard. But this particular penny isn't your average Joe. It's rare, and when we say rare, we're talking about winning the lottery rare. Why? It's all about its perfect condition. Most pennies get beat up over time, scratches, dings, you name it. But a 2005 penny with no mint mark in flawless, pristine condition has collectors practically drooling over it. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was cleaning out my junk drawer, you know, that magical place where batteries, rubber bands, and a mystery key all coexist, and I stumbled upon a pile of old coins. I started inspecting each one, half-jokingly saying, "This one's gonna buy me a yacht." Spoiler alert, none of them were worth $3 million. But one was worth $20, and hey, that's enough for a nice dinner, right? The point is, you might not even realize what's hiding in plain sight. Maybe you've got one of these 2005 no-mint mark pennies chilling in your couch cushions or sitting in an old jar. If you do, here's what to look for. The coin should be in mint condition, no scratches, no discoloration, no signs it's been through a toddler's wrath. Check for the tiny details. The Lincoln Memorial on the back should be crisp, and Honest Abe's face should be sharp enough to make you question your skincare routine. Consider getting it graded by a professional. If it's rated MS 68 or higher, you might just be holding a golden ticket. So, why is this penny worth $3 million? It's all about supply and demand. Coin collectors are willing to pay outrageous sums for rare coins, and this one checks all the boxes. It's like the holy grail for penny aficionados. One was auctioned off recently for, you guessed it, $3 million. That's more than most people pay for their house. Alright, my friends, here's the takeaway: don't underestimate your loose change. That penny you ignore at the bottom of your bag. It could be your ticket to early retirement, or at least a very fancy vacation. So, here's what I want you to do: go check your pennies. Inspect them like a treasure hunter on a mission. You never know what you might find, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're just getting started. Every week, I share tips and tricks on coins that could be worth a fortune. Who knows? Your next big payday could be just a penny away. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting.